watching the PGA Tour, Pebble Beach Pro-Am this week. They're getting hammered with rain and wind and fog and everything. Here in Connecticut, we got about a foot or so of snow. Hopefully I can get into work. I don't know if it's even plowed out yet, but I'm gonna head in. Hopefully we can get in there and we'll see how it goes, guys. M1-M2 guys, brand new, just came in. I'm gonna hit them up on the launch monitor, check them out. I've got to tell you, I really don't want to be a fan of these things, but they do look pretty darn cool. I got my Epic on the way in. I'm actually going to compare it to the Epic that I'm going to be using this year. See what some differences are. I'm going to even compare this year's M2 to last year's M2 that I was fit for. We're going to test out everything today, so stay tuned. Got a really fun one for you guys today. All right, so M2 first impressions, what do I think? It looks awesome. I've always been a big fan of TaylorMade drivers. The look, the feel, everything about them has always been exactly what I've liked. As far as changes this year, you can see they got a little bit of a cutout here on the toe. They say it's to move some materials around so that they can still stay at the 460cc head and kind of just get it maybe a little bit different profile than what they've had in the years past. I love the color. I love the crown, the contrasting white and black top. Everything about this driver looks awesome. As far as the feel goes for my first few shots, I gotta tell you guys, it feels pretty good. Not quite as soft as I was hoping for. I'm a big fan of composite heads, real soft feeling heads, not these loud titanium heads. But I gotta tell you, this was just a little bit harder than I was expecting. The numbers that I got off my launch monitor, probably exactly what I was expecting. Very, very similar to what I had with last year's M2. Maybe just a 2-yard difference or so, but that's purely just strike at this point. Spin numbers right around that 2600 RPM on my solid hits. And I gotta say that the sweet spot on this driver is probably just a little bit high and maybe off the toe just a hair, so that's something to kind of keep in mind here. The shaft that they put in it, not a huge fan, probably a little bit light for my liking. The Fujikara Pro 56 is this shaft. I would prefer something maybe a little bit heavier, you know, maybe even the X-Flex in this same shaft would work a little bit better for me. This was the 9.5 degree. I'm gonna hop into the M1 next because I've never hit the M1. I've always been an M2 guy since they came out. So really excited to see maybe what an M1 might be able to do, especially moving some weight around. Let's give it a shot. That one should be turning a little bit. Just staying right there. Let's see. It looks to be pretty good. 307, so now I'm kind of back in that range where I expected to be with this club, especially with the weight forward there. And again, the thing that I just struggle with the weight forward here is that you can see my dispersion is kind of all over the place. That's a really big one for me. Driver's got to find the fairway. The rest of my game is pretty strong. Driver not so much, so I really need to start finding fairways. So this weight all the way forward like this just may not be the right fit for me. I'm gonna hit one more where I really try and go after it, really try and turn it over, see how far we can get one out there, and then I'm gonna move the weight back a little bit more in a neutral position, see if it helps me find the fairway. Oh, got that one turning over, but a little off the heel. So it's actually cutting just a hair. Not gonna be exactly what I wanted. Should still be over 300 yards though. For a miss hit like that, that's pretty impressive. So 308 with a miss hit. I'm never gonna complain about that one. Like I said, I'm gonna move the weight around. Hopefully we can kind of see some new numbers here. See if it brings in that dispersion quite a bit too. Now, we're gonna see what that does to the total numbers, especially the distance numbers And I'd be interested to see my good ones that I really turned over. My spin numbers were down like 1,900 or so. If I could get these numbers to only jump up a couple hundred RPMs with this changing in forgiveness, we might have a winner. This could be in the... That might be the one. A little high in the face. Like I said with the M2 though, I think that's more the sweet spot for these clubs. It's just a little high on the club face. That one was right down the middle. 315, like I said, I've never seen these numbers before. This is impressive. Under 2,000 RPMs. That's definitely the sweet spot for these TaylorMade drivers here. It's just a little high on the face. It almost feels like I'm skying the golf ball, like I'm getting really close to the crown. But these numbers have been incredible when I do hit them up there. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna break out the Sub-Zero, at new Epic Sub-Zero. We're gonna compare them to my best shots that I just hit with the M1 here. So hang on guys, gonna get this Epic out. Like I said, this thing is so far gonna be the gamer in the bag this year. I haven't hit too many bad shots with this thing. Super excited. I've never been a Callaway guy as far as woods go. I've always been a TaylorMade guy. As soon as I started hitting this Epic Sub-Zero though, I was blown away with the accuracy and the distance on this, mostly due to spin numbers with the jailbreak technology. But again, I started to see a little bit of that with the M1 as well, especially moving that weight around. So let's see here. I'm gonna hit a couple with the Sub-Zero here. Yep, that's kind of just more what I see with this club, is a lot more draws than those fades that I saw with the TaylorMade there. Now let's see distance-wise, what is that one about? 319, I'm killing it today. .322 though. I'll take it from the woods. So overall impressions, guys. TaylorMade did a great job. Nothing to complain about here. I was surprised that I actually enjoyed the M1 better than the M2. The adjustability definitely affected my dispersion a little bit when I moved it back, and my spin number definitely when I moved it forward. I saw that spin number really drop. I started to see some absolutely huge drives. I've never hit a golf ball as far as I did when the weight was forward and I was swinging hard. Never seen golf balls go that far. Downsides. Dispersion wasn't quite what I was hoping for with the new M1. Especially when I started to see that weight forward and I started to hit some absolutely monstrous drives, I did start to see the golf ball tail off just a little bit to either side. I'm sure if I toyed around with it a little bit more, there's a happy medium maybe somewhere in the middle there where maybe I could find some super distance and maybe bring in that dispersion just a little bit. I also might fool around with the shafts just a little bit to kind of tweak my numbers. Overall, M1 blew my mind away. Again, I don't know if that's just because I've never played an M1 before, never even hit an M1 before, or if this thing is just really that good. M2, however, I've owned M2s before. I played one all last year. I gotta tell you, not a huge difference. I didn't really see a ton of change here from last year to this year. Again, looks cool, love the color scheme. I like that they didn't change a ton on the top. Maybe with some different shafts and things, I would see some numbers change. Whether it wins against my Epic, we're gonna have to wait, guys. Once I get out on course a little bit more, we just got a bunch of snow yesterday, so it's gonna be a while. But check back, I'd love to get the M1 and the Epic outdoors, out on the golf course, check out some real life situations, and see which one finds more fairways for me over 300 yards. If you guys like the vlog idea, let me know below. Hit like, comment, let me know what you think. I'd like to keep them going if you guys agree. Enjoy, guys.